Hello friends, I'm here for another wee video, a review actually of a book I read, a novella that I read this week, but I also have a woe me story, woe me as they say, and only I would say book lovers that would understand how shit this is. And what happened was I went to Belfast, the city, our capital city, and hold on, maybe this closer to me, sorry. I'll edit this out but I won't. Uh, went to Belfast to get books that I was. Oh, we're shaking like fuck now. Hold on. To get books that I was hoping to do for the Poland project, and I got them. I got one. There's one that I couldn't get, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I got one of them. I got the book that I wanted to read with my friend for buddy read we're going to do shortly, and I got another two that I seen and I just couldn't help myself. So I bought these books, and all happy, as you do. Oh, fuck, these are great additions. Oh, great, that's great, love it, and all as you do. And I thought to myself, what will I do then? We'll go to something neat. Yeah, we'll go get something neat. So I went to Burger King, ordered a big Mac meal, whatever the fuck it is, not a big Mac meal, big bacon thing meal. Sat down. As soon as I sat or was walking to my seat, turned round, was about to sit down, and knocked the whole fucking cup of Coke, like pretty much, over into my bag with my books. Fucking near died. Like, I was like, for fuck's sake. Oh, why? By the way, this is beers and books. Wee episode we had there again. So I fucking near died. Had to try and fucking move everything. Felt whack as fuck. Looking about, making sure nobody was recording me. Had to run in and get the girl to come out and help me clean it. I was like, fuck's sake, I just sat down there and I'm not going back there again. That's me finished with that place, like, because how the fuck do you show your face after that? But my 4 books that I bought today, they're a wee bit manky now. It's the best word I would put it. They're a wee bit warped and a wee bit. And it's put me in a downer all day. But at the end of the day, it's only material. It's only books. It's not the books that we're here for. It's what's written on the page. It's what you get out of them in the end. So I was trying my best to dry them out. Stuck them in a hot press, where the boiler and all is, to try and dry them out. But yeah, they're only books at the end of the day. It's only fucking paper. So I'll show them. The first one I got today, I showed it in the wee thing. That it's all manky as fuck. That's actually one of the better ones. So see all the dark stains down the side and on there when you open it. Coca-Cola, fucking sticky as fuck too. But when you actually open it, it's not too bad. So I hope it dries it a bit better. But that's the first one. The one that's actually probably the best at them all is the book that was seen up there. It's called. It was a good offer, 2 for £9. Like, I got this one, Perfume, and it's actually not too bad at all. I was lucky there. But I'll show you the one that I'm unlucky a wee bit about. Another one I got was Magic Mountain. I've always wanted to read it. It's been on my TBR for years. And then after reading that Impusium by Olga, it made me more, want to try it out. I want to see how, she was inspired by this book to write that book, The Impusium. So I'm thinking, I'm not anything against Olga here, like, but I think Thomas Mann would be more for me. We'll just say that. But again, Coca-Cola stains all down here. It's all made it bigger. It's fucking nuts. Like, ruined my day, like. But that one's not going to be too bad once it dries out. But the one that broke my heart the most is the one of that Poland project. Look at Solaris. Looks right there, but fucking look at that. It's absolutely soaking. Still wet on the pages. But you can still read it. But I'm just hoping it dries. And it's fucking saturated there, look. See that? It's worse probably for me. Worse probably for me feeling it, but sure, I'm 4 minutes in here talking shit about my fucking books, but if you're a book lover like me and you've just spent £40 on all these books and you're all excited to get them home, put them on your shelf, and you didn't even get on the bus home and you've ruined them, that's good fun, isn't it? But here, as this is, I keep saying to myself, this is my head overthinking things. It was, at the end of the day, it's only, books don't matter. It's what's on the page, and I can mark the shit out of these now. I can get my pen out and fucking go mad. Fucking go mad because I don't care now. So that's what's going to happen with these books. The pen's coming out, and we're murdering them. I'll put them out of their misery, and then I'm going to get a better edition at some stage. But with all my ranting and raving out the way, the book that I'm going to be talking about for this review, which it says maybe in the last video that I was going to do, but I read it in the start of the week. I read it on Monday. I read it all in one sitting, and I hope I remember it. But I should have done the review on Monday. But see, when you have 3 kids and a job to do, and you don't have the time, I'm trying to get a time when I have peace and get the kids to bed, and we're gonna sit down and actually make a video, and But it is Algernon, Blackwood, and the novella I'll be reviewing is The Willows. It's a weird tale, and as you can see, I've had this book a while. It's kind of, it's had love. As they say, I've been reading it. I've read it a few times now. I think The Willows I've read 3 times. The other stories, there's 4 in this, I've read twice. And if you're a big fan of weird fiction, you're a big fan of Lovecraft, Arthur Machen, Arthur C. Clarke, horror just in general, like if you like Stephen King, if you like that sort of vibe of poetic writing but with darkness, but not a sort of body horror or like out to shock you. It's no like gore and guts and all. Like, it's not that side. It's more eeriness and like otherness and dread, anxiety, sort of driven horror. It's weird tales. But in this story called, I'm going to show the story. So talk about the first story, and then I'll do a wee sort of brief talk about the other ones. But The Willows is a story about these 2 fishermen. I think they're fishermen, and they're going down the Danube River. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's this great big river in Europe, I think, and it goes all the way to the Black Sea. I think that's the way its route takes. But when they're on this river, there's a great windstorm comes, and they're struggling to control the wee boat. So it's these 2 guys, and they're struggling to control this wee boat, and they decide to land in this wee sort of land, like a marshland, very, waterlogged, and they decide we'll go here and we'll sleep the night, and by tomorrow the storm should be away and we could sail on down the river and we'll be out of this place. But when they land there, as soon as they land on this wee island, straight away they feel eeriness, they feel oppression, they feel like they're being watched, they're feeling like nature is out to get them. The main character that we're reading this in his point of view is actually seeing the world, like he thinks, I see all this, but this other guy that's with me, this friend, this Swede, he's more logical, so he thinks, I'll not say anything to him because he's not as imaginative as I am. But it turns out that actually the Swede is actually knows too there's something wrong, but he's a bit more, he accepts it in a way. So what happens is, it does the switcheroo where the actual protagonist that actually felt, the main protagonist that actually felt there was something wrong here, started to doubt his own mind and was saying to this his friend, no, you're being paranoid, don't be ridiculous and all. So he was doubting himself, so he was having this sort of doubt with his own mind. Really he knows there's something not right here, but he doesn't want to believe it. It's that sort of fear, like a Lovecraftian fear, where like, he doesn't want to believe that there's something wrong, because if he believes that it's true, that it's really there, and they really are there watching him, even though he fucking sees it, he's just thinking to himself, no, that's not real. And even when his friend turned around and says, "Look, we need to get off this place," he kind of doubts it as well. And I like that. I like that sort of. It kept you kind of in age, and it kept the characters changing of their sort of point of views. And it turned out that your guy that he thought he was actually he knew the whole time. You know, he didn't feel right at all. But we'll go through it a wee bit. As I said, Land River. I will read a few passages. Not a lot, because I don't want to read it. As I say, it's not short. It's a novella. I don't want to read it too much. Like, but there was a passage that I read, and it reminded me of Lovecraft's writing, and it kind of shows you that he inspired Lovecraft. He helped Lovecraft find his feet, find his sort of feet on this genre, this weird tales, which then it goes back to Poe then too, you know. But well, that's a different video, going to the history of weird tales. But I'm trying to find these bits that I read, and I thought, yeah, you know, these are bits I should be editing out, but as I say, we won't. Now, let's try this bit. This is a bit. I hope you don't mind me reading it. If you get fed up with me reading parts of these novels, just let me know, and I'll not do it anymore. The wind was simply enjoying itself, for nothing rose out of the flat landscape to stop it, and I was conscious of sharing its great game with a kind of pleasurable excitement. Yet this novel emotion had nothing to do with the wind, with the wind. Indeed, so vague was the sense of distress I experienced that it was impossible to trace it to its source and deal with it accordingly. I was aware, somehow, that it had to do with my realization of our utter insignificance before this unrestrained power of elements about me. The huge growing river had something to do with it too, a vague, unpleasant idea that we had somehow trifled with these great elemental forces, in whose power we lay helpless every hour of the day and night. For here indeed they were gigantically at play together, and the sight appealed to the imagination. But my emotion, so far as I could understand it, seemed to attach itself more particularly to the willow bushes, to these acres and acres of willows, crowding so thickly, growing there, swarming everywhere the eye could reach, pressing upon the river as though to suffocate it, standing in dense array mile after mile beneath the sky, watching, waiting, listening, and apart quite from the elements, the willows connected themselves subtly with my malaz, attacking the mind insidiously somehow by reason of their vast numbers, and contriving in some way or other to represent the imagination a new and mighty power, a power moreover not altogether friendly to us. So it's like these guys have landed here. I was a big long passage there, sorry. I mean, I actually was supposed to break that up there so I don't have the borees. But as soon as he got here, he felt the dread of these willow trees, that they're pressing down on him. It was like nature was in control. Men were insignificant here, if you know what I mean. They were on this island, and they were the little ants, pretty much, compared to what the all nature around them. It was in control, and they knew it, and it was a character in itself. Was the best way of putting it. I'm just trying to find this other passage. I've done a passage there when it was kind of about. I thought I could read Lovecraft in it. You know, you could see that Lovecraft was really inspired by this writer, Algernon Blackwood. I think he was American. I should have done my homework actually. I think he was American. He read a lot of things from America, or Canada maybe. There's one there the Wendigo. I don't know, I'm rambling now. But if I find this part, there's a good wee sentence here. This is the sort of sentence that kind of takes the whole story. Or it kind of, to me, this one sentence kind of felt what the whole thing was about. The elements are always the true immortals. Like, we're insignificant, if you know what I mean. The human nature, the human people they're insignificant to this world of nature and something beyond life that we don't understand. And if I could find this passage and fucking hurry on, like, it would be great. I should maybe learn to put wee things in my book. So it is unknown. Only one thing describes it really. It is a non-human sound. I mean, a sound outside humanity. And I think this is it here. That wasn't it. That was a wee bit late. See, this is what happens when you do reviews when you have a few years. Bear with me. Now, this wee bit, when I read it, it just felt like H.P. Lovecraft for me. It might not be for, you know, if you say in the comments what you think, but when I read this, I could tell that, yeah, it was inspiration for him. At any rate, here was a place unpopulated by men, kept clean by the winds from coursing human influences, a place where spiritual agencies were within reach and aggressive. Never before or since have I been so attacked by indescribable suggestions of a beyond region, of another scheme of life, another evolution not parallel to the human, and in the end our minds would succumb under the weight of the awful spell, and we should be drawn across the frontier into their world. Now, when I read that, I just thought, that's Lovecraftian, but really, it's not. It's Algernon Blackwood. I hope I'm pronouncing his first name right. He was before Lovecraft, I think. He published this in 1996, or 1906. Sorry, 1996, I thought I told that. 1906, so, or 1907, sorry, 1907. So, as somebody was saying, or Chris from Liminal Spaces was saying about the golden age of weird tales, and I says in a comment, yeah, to me it's Lovecraft. That's just for me. That's the golden age because of what he done for me. But these weird fiction writers and these weird tales that are about, they didn't start in the Weird Tales magazine. They started with these authors way in the 1800s and the early 1900s. So in a way he's right, it is the golden age because it was the age that started it all with Arthur Machen and all, William Hope Hodgson, and Edgar Allan Poe, and many more. We'll dive into it. There's many, many more, but this is a great collection. Now I hope you can get this in America. I'm not sure, guys, but this is known as the British Library of Weird Tales. This is sort of, there's loads actually of these books coming out recently, and they're actually very good. I've got a couple of them, but and I've actually got a couple from the library as well. But this one is worth picking up if you like your Lovecraftian horror, and he talks a lot about nature. It's not the sort of dread where, you know, monsters are going to be coming out of the. It's all about elements. The second story in this here is a lot about like animals and stuff, and he goes to this wee town and something's not right. You know, it's like that sort of, there's something not right. It's weird. It's the best way of describing it. Then the third novella is The Wendigo, which is famous. It's a quite popular one. It's probably more popular in America than it would be here, maybe. I'm not sure because it's kind of their mythology. And then I will say this: the last story, the Man Whom the Trees Loved. I've read it twice and I don't like it. I couldn't get into it. But that's maybe me. I don't want to talk about bad books in this channel, so I'll just say it wasn't for me. But you could read it, and it could be different for you. You could love it, and that's fine. You know, that's the way it is. But 20 minutes in here, fuck me. Algernon Blackwood, 4 novellas, as a review, is 100% worth picking up. It is. It's worth your time, is what I always say. I don't like to give scores. I like to say, is it worth your time? If you love weird tales, if you want to see where it was inspired, you know, where Lovecraft and Robert E. Howard and all them guys got some of their inspiration from, it's worth picking up. So I'll just say that, and I'll end this video now. I still have a tag video to do, and I might do it here now and do the 2 in one night because I can. There's no kids running about, so maybe. If not, all the best.